Good morning, friends. Good morning. Thanks for being here. Hey. I am coming, slides weird. I'm coming to you live from Puebla, Mexico, where I am for a few days. And I'm here to talk to you about what you can do to change your life in 2026. Good morning to all the community in the chat right now. I'm so excited to have you guys with me. I'm going to get to it because I'm already running behind. Life has been lifing this morning all over me. So I will tell you up front, before we get into the good mornings and the how you doings, for the people who were always like, it'll take too long. For you, I'm telling you this morning, we are talking about deciding, making decisions, and we're going to make some decisions together here as a community. So if you don't want to talk about decision making, if you're not interested in making decisions that will make your life better, go ahead and click off in the corner. Community, we're going to have some other side track talks because, hey, good morning to all the members of my YouTube community that are here right now, like Michelle and Florida Lee Living. Good morning to my regulars like JG, Black Diamond, TC Bean, Wise Words, Erica De Niro, and Monique. Good morning. All right, we're going to be getting ready together because I'm late, so walk with me. I'm about 2 hours south of Mexico City. It took 3 hours on the bus yesterday, so I don't know how long it's supposed to be, but Saturday afternoon was not the time to get out here. And Puebla is the only place in Mexico that truly celebrates Cinco de Mayo because there was a battle on the 5th of May. That was a year. In Puebla against the French. 1867? I don't know. Sorry, I'm running late. And so in Puebla, they celebrate the battle. Everywhere else is like, you gringos just come down here to drink on May 5th. We're not doing nothing, leave us alone. So I wanted to come down and see how they celebrate. It's not far away. There's a hotel I always wanted to stay in. So I decided, but every year it fills up from Cinco de Mayo. Not a room available. So the last 3 years, I've decided I'm coming down here, and I've booked it in advance, like a year. The minute the week of Cinco de Mayo is over, the minute we get to the 10th, I book it for the next year. And every year something's come up and I haven't been able to do it. And this year I almost canceled it because whatever. But I'm here. We're still not done getting ready. I tried strip lashes today. Half lashes. I have never been able to keep lashes on my face, like strip lashes, for more than like an hour. So I tried today and I said, I'm gonna try and see if I can do this. So we'll see. I tried half lashes. This might be the move. Next to my hotel is a convention center that has a sale on beauty supplies. And yesterday in Mexico City, I bought a whole lash. Sorry, I don't normally do this, but we're gonna do it together, girl. Erica De Niro says practice makes perfect. That's the thing. I'll try it once and it doesn't work for me. And then I'm like, I guess lashes aren't for me. And then I have a whole box sitting somewhere because you know they never come by themselves. All right. We're getting there. The place next to me has the beauty outlet, whatever. Lots of like Revlon products on sale and appliance, like hair appliances, blow dryers, flat irons. Apparently Fisher Price makes kids care stuff now, like wipes, kids wipes. I didn't know that. They're for sale there. I didn't buy any because F them kids. All right, thank you. Okay, so this is why I am upset. We had this convo last week. Are y'all done watching the video from last week yet? Have y'all completed that 5-hour marathon? We talked about Emma Greedy. I don't know how to say your name. I don't really care. And how she said things about the founder of Ami Cole that weren't pleasant. This is my favorite lip gloss in the world. It's Ami Cole's, this is Romance. I have like this much left. Y'all are saying it's a nice lip combo. I'm gonna fight somebody when this runs out. Just don't be in my presence when it runs out, because I will be so, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, girl, last week was 5 hours. It was me and Latrice, and we just got to talking. Just talking. Cheryl was there for the entire thing. You twat. These are my favorite earrings right now. And they match. I don't know if they stylistically go with what I'm wearing, but the color matches, so I'm gonna do it. No one knows how to pronounce her name. I don't care enough to find out. It is what it is. That light behind me is irritating me. Most of us are stuck with it for a whole 5 hours to get a t-shirt. You should. Unfortunately, there is no system. I don't know who watched it for 5 hours. I have no way to tell. So I can't even give you love. I mean, I can give you love. I give you love all the time. Right? Hey, Raven. Great idea. Get a t-shirt in your mind. Decisions. I woke up this morning and I was like, what do I want to talk to them about? And for those of you that don't know, I've been helping Black women move abroad since 2020. 2019, actually. 2019. I've been running Exodus Summit since 2020. And I will tell you, so this video isn't really about moving abroad, but it's related in this way. I will tell you that the women who take the longest to move are the ones who don't make decisions. I'm not even going to say quickly. I'm going to say like the ones who make decisions very slowly. And I'm not saying like you can't game out the system and take your time deciding. I'm saying that when you, a lot of times the women know the answer, right? They know what the answer is. But because they don't want to commit to it, they're like, I could do X or I could do Y. And if you talk to them, they don't even want to do Y. They have no interest in Y. But saying I could do X or I could do Y keeps them from doing X. And so today, collectively, as a collective, we're making decisions. Kiara says, I legit told you changed your name, Kiara. I can never remember what y'all's names are before you change them, but I know you changed your name. All right. I legit told myself recently, I need to be more decisive. I'm going to drive myself crazy. Am I blurry for you guys? I'm not blurry over here. I wouldn't see myself as blurry. Collective decision making. We are doing it. You know what? It is a little slow here. Friends, who can see me clearly and who is it blurry for? It was blurry. Okay. I think the Wi-Fi might be correct. Sidebar. This hotel is, as far as I know, one of the more expensive hotels in town. I've been trying to stay. The reason I didn't come a couple of years ago was this hotel was sold out. And I'm like, no, when I come, I want to stay in this hotel. It's super pretty on the website. Oh, okay. So yes, I'm. Okay, I'm glad you can hear me, but visuals help. Anyhow, the I think the hotel's it's at capacity this week. I don't know if it's at capacity right now. I hope it's not at, I hope that right now it is at capacity, because they are running this like, it feels like we were on a cruise ship, and the cruise, we went on a 3-hour tour, but we are on the island. That's what it feels like. I got to my hotel room yesterday, no towels. So I figured it's a glitch, right? It's just a glitch. They just something missed it. I went on the way out to dinner. I went to the front desk. I was like, I couldn't even dry my hands. Like, there's nothing. So I was like, oh, hey, I don't have any towels. They're like, oh, will 2 towels be okay? I said, yeah. I said, okay, they'll be in your room when you get back. I get back, and they're like, okay, the towels are in your room. I get back to my room, and there is 1 towel for the body, 1 dry-off towel. There's no floor towel. There's no hand. And she said 2 towels. I have 1 towel. I have 1 towel. There's no, like I said, no floor towel for outside the shower, which got wet. There's no, not 1 towel. Nothing else you would want in a hotel room is here. And it's almost funny to like, and the towel, this is why I think we're on the island now. The towel is tagged with permanent marker on the edge to identify where it's from or where it's supposed to be. In a hotel that costs hundreds of dollars a night, I have 1 towel, and y'all wrote on it with a Sharpie. Not a washcloth. No hand towel. Also, when I left, yes, it's giving motel, but it's not giving motel prices. And like I said, they sell out every year. So I'm like, maybe they're sold out and they just don't have the amount of supplies they need for their sold out season. Because when I came in, there were 4 pillows on the bed. When I checked in, there were 4 pillows on the bed. When I got back from dinner, one of the pillows was removed from the bed and put on the chair. And I was like, well, that's strange. And when I looked at it, it had a pillowcase. I think it had a pillowcase before, because I didn't notice it looking I didn't really pay attention to the bed, but I didn't notice it looking any different than the rest of the pillows. So y'all came in here and took a pillowcase, because you know it's only me, it's only one person. Y'all left 1 towel and took a pillowcase? Woo! I decided I'm staying at this hotel last year, and so I've stayed here, and I'm having shenanigans. I'm just shenanigans. Like, I'm with it. Oh, we're doing chaos. Oh, we're doing chaos and confusion. Let's go. We're in it. I'm in it with them. What else don't we have? What? Shenanigans and confusion. I did think about that. Like, what if I usually sleep? I got to call y'all now and be like, bring back a pillowcase? I said, okay, well, I don't need more than 1 pillow. I'm fine. The towel situation we're gonna have to rectify today. It's like, y'all, I saw a comment already. The exact thing is happening. They're not ready for full capacity. What y'all got going on? So I am at the highest public tier you can get at Marriott. Apparently there's a private secret one, but I'm at the highest private tier you can get at Marriott. This is a hotel that's part of chain. It's a Marriott hotel, but it's also part of a Mexican chain. Design Hotels. Grupo Habitat is the one that owns it. When I stayed at their location in Centro in Mexico, I walked in, snacks. There was a whole, not a shot, there was a bottle. It was a small bottle, but there was a bottle of tequila like this big for me. There, I was staying there one night. There was a bottle of tequila there for me. Snacks. Because, you know, status. They do nice things for you. I still haven't opened that bottle of tequila, but I took it home with me. Here, I walked in the room, not even towels. Not even towels. There's no do not disturb. It's hilarious how different this hotel is. This to be the nicest hotel as far as I know. One of the nicest hotels in Puebla. Is so different than the experience of like a mid-range hotel. Not even like, not a bad quality, but not like a fancy hotel in Mexico City. I was like, I'm in a different world than where I come from, because y'all, not even an apple in the room. Not even an, you gotta stay 100 nights a year in Marriott's to have the status I have. Y'all not even gonna give me you know what? One night in Mexico City, I got a full bottle, like a bottle of tequila. Here, 6 nights, I get. You want towels for real? You pillows? Whoa, okay. We gotta laugh through it. We're laughing through it, and we're making decisions. I made the decision to come here. I'm still happy I'm here. These sound like complaints, and they are, but they're not like, oh no, woe is me, this is terrible. This is me saying like, oh, this shit is chaotic. Y'all took a pillowcase off my bed. Chaotic, and I want to see what's coming next. I made the decision to come. I stuck with the decision. I'm not leaving this hotel. We're gonna work it. We're gonna see each other through. I was hoping they're at capacity. I'm gonna change subjects again quick. I was hoping they're at capacity, but I don't think they are, because I went to breakfast at 8:30 and I was the only one there. Not a single other person. I think if you're at capacity today, I would see people. So 2 people came in right before I left. A couple came in right before I left. But there was no one there when I got there. There were no other people milling around. There was no one else in the lobby. I said, oh, okay. I thought we were low on supplies because we were absolutely full of humans. But I have not been in an elevator with another person. I have not seen anybody else on my floor. We may not be at capacity yet. Cinco de Mayo, we're gonna be on capacity. Ain't gonna be no towels. Ain't gonna be no towels. I might not have it. Then I come in my room and take the bed. Like, okay. Not saying any. At least I took it off the bed so I didn't end up accidentally sleeping on it. Oh yeah, they can see my status. They know. They knew I was coming. They know. Every hotel I check into, they're like, thank you for your loyalty. They didn't thank me for my loyalty last night. Who do I need to talk to? Not even an apple in the room. But that's not what we're here to talk about. I'm excited about Cinco de Mayo. I think they do a parade here. This location is not going to shut down. So, okay, backing up a second. Part of living abroad is knowing where you live and what to expect. This level of chaos is not even like complaint chaos. It's like, if I wanted 4 pillows, I would have gone to the front desk, but I don't need them. So like, whatever, right? This level of chaos is just like, I'm in Mexico. Sometimes things get real interesting. The other day, Wednesday, Adelia and I were out and we were remarking that in Mexico City, we were remarking that the construction they were doing in some of the metro stations that they're trying to get done in front of before the World Cup happens. And I said to her, they're going to shut some of these stations. The only way they're going to get this done is if they shut some of these stations down in order to do the construction while it's closed. They don't. There's no way they're going to get this construction done while people are using these stations. The next day, 2 stations on the line we were talking about. We were on number 2, the blue line. That's number 2. I think that's number 2. I know the colors, not the numbers. Delia knows the numbers and the colors, but she'd be talking in numbers. Anyhow, I think that's number 2. Anyhow, the blue line, they shut 2 stations down. And I was like, I called it yesterday. Like, you just have to know what the level of chaos is and what the fix can be to this chaos. They ain't got no more towels in this place. If they did, I would have come back to 2 towels. I might not have come back to floor towels. I might not have come back to washcloths. I may not have come back to hand towels, but I would have come back to 2 body towels if they had them. They don't have them. They don't have them. So complaining is not going to get me more towels. Relocation is not going to shut down. It's a very nice hotel. Well, it appears online to be a very nice hotel in a great part of town. It's doing well. They just don't. Chaos. I have an ambassador, so I can just email her and be like, hey girl, what's going on with this hotel? But we'll see. Anywho, we're making decisions. I want to ask you guys, now that we're 20 minutes into it, and all of you have shown up, thank you. I want to ask you guys, what are the decisions that you know you need to make that you're avoiding making? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Whatever decisions you know you need to make that you're avoiding making. Tell us all. Look at Jalen having some answers. There were 2 holidays this week in Mexico, right? I wonder if the laundry facilities are backed up. So Labor Day just happened. What was the other one? The 1st of May, the whole world except the U.S. celebrates Labor Day. And the U.S. does not celebrate Labor Day when the whole world celebrates Labor Day because they did not want laborers in the U.S. to have that solidarity with laborers outside of the U.S. When I tell you everything is a scam-a-lama, that's what I mean. Everything's a scam-a-lama. Labor Day was Friday. What was the other holiday? Jalen, what was the other holiday? Day of Children. Child. We went to Centro the day before or the day of the Children. And we left in the daytime. At night, Centro was body to body. I can't remember how many people they said they were there. Let's see if I can find the photos. Sometimes, that's how I know I'm old. Instead of going into the app, I need to find something in. Sometimes I just type it into the search bar of the phone, and that doesn't get me there because it's information inside of an app. I need to get to the app. Let me show y'all what, that's not on her page. I also took Adelia to a horrible restaurant this week. So, okay. Horrible. I don't know if you guys can see it, but those are humans. And those are humans. And those are the same place. It's just different shots from different sides. Humans. Oh, what? I don't know what y'all just saw. I'm checking, like, did they see anything I don't want them? No, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. that I might have to edit something out. Bodies on bodies on bodies for the Day of the Children in Central Mexico City, in the Zocalo. That's why when there are events in the Zocalo, I usually don't go, because one of our community members went there once. She's not short by Mexican standards. She's tallish, I would say. She said that when she was leaving, she went to the Independence Day celebration at the Zocalo. At this point, I'm just riffing. We're not even on topic. But we don't walk with me. When she was leaving the Zocalo, people were pressed so tight that she was moving forward, but her feet were on the ground. Not a single foot was touching the ground. She was moving forward steadily. People were pressed so tight, her feet weren't even touching the ground, and she was progressing forward. I said, oh, that's not for me. That's not for me. I make a decision. They got stuff going on down there in Zocalo. If I can't be on a balcony or in a hotel room looking out, it's not for me. It's not. Imagine your body moving against your will. I mean, they were going in the direction she wanted to go in, but like pressed so tight that you are up off the ground. I know I'm not interested in that. At least she can see over heads. I would just be looking at a back. There's a good chance. I'm average size in Mexico, but there's also a good chance I'd just be looking at a back. Not for me. All right. All right, so let's go back to our decisions. I gave you guys time to write them in. Monique needs to decide if she's going to increase her prices or what they're going to be. So I don't know if I've ever talked to Monique about pricing before, but Monique creates space, holds space, and does coaching for federal employees. I think her community is for Black women, but I think she coaches other people as well. I don't remember. She'll tell us in the comments. She creates space and coaches people who have been laid off from the federal government. Her community is only Black. Her community is like a sister circle, so it's Black women. Any hoodle. Pricing is hard because there's no good answer. But pricing is a good example of a kind of decision that's much easier than you think it is, right? If you think it's time to increase your prices, increase your prices. There's no number that is a stuck forever number. And that's part of the decision making we need, or the decision making analysis a lot of us need to do. If I make this decision, am I stuck here? And am I actually stuck with the decision I make if I don't like it? Or am I telling myself I'm stuck? Today, pick a number and increase your prices. And if in 2 months from now it doesn't feel good, you can decrease your prices. Or you can wait a while at that number until it does feel good, and maybe not increase them again for longer than it would have been. You're not like, you can always go back. You can try something, and if you don't like it, you can go back. So yes, increase your prices. Pick a number. If you increase your prices and you're like, but I didn't feel like enough, tell everybody, hey y'all, on everybody on your mailing list, everybody in your community, I'm increasing my prices on X date. If you want the current price, you got to get in by before X date, right? So if you think the number is too high, you can back it down. If you didn't increase it enough, you'll know, and you can increase it again. The limit does not exist. Increase your price. Black women always charge not enough. Black women who aren't scamming you. Woo, sister. If what you're doing is from a heart of service, if what you're doing is because you want to help people and not because you're trying to steal people's money, you're not charging enough. Now, if you're scamming, don't increase your prices if you're scamming. But if you're actually doing the work, you're not charging. Black women never charge enough. Slumber Goddess says scouting trip. Is the question, Slumber Goddess, I want you to comment again. Is the question whether you do a scouting trip or where your scouting trip should be or something else? Drop it in the comments and talk about it. Good morning, Tora. Kiara says committing to my business art goals. Kiara, I'm going to ask you something. And I'm asking it with love. One, two things I'm asking. One, is the business art goal something you really want to do? Is this a goal that aligns with who you are today? Is the goal who you want to be today? Is the goal who you want to be tomorrow? If so, I don't think committing is the decision you need to make. I think the decision you need to make is what is the next action to get you to the goal? What is the next thing you have to do, right? Because decisions usually, I wasn't going to say this. I was going to keep it for a little surprise in the back, as if y'all haven't been making decisions your whole life. As if y'all haven't been living as fully functional humans your whole life. My secret for you was that decisions are great, but they also usually need to lead to some action. I think decisions make us closer to action because they can create some clarity, right? But how do we get closer to action? I think that a lot of us, and I think we're going to get to this question later, a lot of us want to move abroad, but don't think it's possible because one, we haven't made key decisions. There are key decisions we haven't made, right? And once we make those decisions, we'll be able to take action. So Kiara, let me see if you responded. If the goal is really true to you today and not yesterday, today's Kiara, tomorrow's Kiara, but not yesterday. Like if it's like, that's what I felt yesterday, or last year, but I'm not really feeling it, let it go, come up with a new goal. But if this is a true goal for you today, make the decision about what action you need to take next. I'm not saying, listen, big procrastinator, possibly a little ADHD, possibly. So me getting things done, gonna take forever. It's gonna take forever to get things done. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do. Hello, friends. I don't want to do. I want to lay around. I want to be in a comfortable robe. I want to see. I want to experience. I don't want to do. But if I make a decision, I have turned my ship in the direction of where I want to go. And even if that little lazy man down in the engine room ain't putting in the coal the way he needs to be putting in the coal, because what is he doing? even if the coal isn't going in at the pace that would accelerate, at least my ship is pointing in the right direction. And if your ship is pointed in the right direction, right? You've decided, you know what action to take next. It's much easier for your ship to reach there, right? Than somewhere else if you point it in the right direction. We're sticking with this marine theme, Gilligan's Island, 3-hour tours, ship. I wish I'd seen, no, I don't wish I'd seen Titanic. That movie looks so boring to me. Every time people talk about it, I'm like, that looks, no. Any hoodle. I would love to be able to give you some references from Titanic since everybody in the world has seen it, but I haven't. Okay. Coach Don Marie says decision procrastination equals downsizing. About downsizing? Is that what you're saying? You haven't made a decision about downsizing? Lovingly, if that's what you mean. I don't know people who have regretted downsizing. Whether it's the amount of stuff they have, the amount of space they have. I'm a space girly. Give me the biggest room. Let me go do. Pero people are much more likely to regret holding on to stuff and things for reasons than downsizing and living a smaller life with more of the things you really, really love instead of things you just like. Gailey says, decision I need to make, retirement date. This is, we're going back to the ship. We're on the ship again. Not with Lovey, not with the professor. We're on a different ship. We're on the love boat because we love ourselves. Can I drag this out? Can I drag this out the whole video? Okay, so turn your love boat towards a specific date. Pick a date. It doesn't matter what the date. It does not matter what the date is. Pick a date that would make you happy. Pick the date that would make you happiest. Is that this year? Is it next year? Is it in 3 months? Pick a date that would make you happiest. Turn your ship towards the date and then see what you have to maneuver through. Oh no, we're kayaking because we got to maneuver through some things. There may be some we just shrunk the love boat to a kayak. There may be some rocks in the way, right? We're gonna move around them. There may be, or go over them, but that hurts. There may be some rapids that speed you up. Ooh. Pick a date, right? Pick a date that feels good and take action towards that date. And if in the future you're like, oh, I can speed this up. I can do a shorter date. Great. If in the future you're like, whoa, this date doesn't work. I need to do something a little later. If you have to put in your retirement paperwork, does that matter? What are the permanent decisions that you can't change, right? What is the permanence you create by picking a date today? I'm not saying make a decision and make another decision, make another decision, pick a different date, pick a different. I'm not saying go back and forth about dates like that. I'm saying pick a date, steer your ship towards a date. See what happens. You might surprise yourself. I said, Nikki says, I've made decisions. I just need everything else to fall into place so I can leave. What needs to fall into place? And are there decisions you need to make about those things? Tana Rose says, I need to make some money moves. You know what I'm going to say? What's a decision you can make that can put some money in your pocket in 15 days, in 30 days? I don't know your life, right? I don't know how you make money now, but what is the decision? Is it picking up something in the gig economy? Is it charging for something you do for free right now? Is it doing something you used to do years ago, but you're really good at, but you thought you wouldn't have to do it anymore? I need to make some money move sounds like you need to do something. You need to do something. Is it showing your feet on the internet for cash? What is it? Right? What is something you can start doing today? Today, because we're making decisions today. What's something you can do today that will put money in your pocket in less than 30 days? Right? Because I need to make some money moves sounds like you haven't made a decision. Make a decision and take action. Now, I say this like it's easy. I know it's not that easy, but it doesn't get easier by waiting till tomorrow. All the time, Adele would be like, what are you doing about XYZ? And I'm always like, that's a tomorrow problem. That's a September problem. That's a 2027 problem. Stop, right? But then all of a sudden it's 2027 and I don't, what? Now I have to make the decision that I've been putting off for a rude. But the decision didn't get easier because I avoided it for a year. We're making decisions. All right. Downsizing and decluttering are major challenges for me right now. I found downsizing my storage space to be one of the most physically and emotionally challenging times in my life. Because what do you mean I have to throw away a yearbook that I've had since kindergarten? What do you mean I have to throw away a yearbook I've had since kindergarten just because I haven't looked at it in 20 years and I don't actually want it, I guess. But I should have kept it and seen where the people are now. Did some Googling. I didn't. I tossed it. Now I'm like, where are those people? It doesn't matter. I might have said I need to keep it so I can look these people up and see where they are in life, but I was never actually going to do that. So dumping it was the right choice. But like things like that I've had this for 40 years. I got to throw it away. Emotionally challenging because you have to make a decision about everything. See how much is left of this romance? Every little thing you have to make a decision about. And decision making is exhausting and there is no right answer. But doing a little piece every day, one little piece every day gets you much closer to done. And just the decision to downsize and declutter is a decision you made. And now you're taking action to support that decision. Sometimes it helps to have someone with you. Don't invite a minimalist. If you're a maximalist, here's the advice. I'm a maximalist. I took a minimalist with me to clear out my storage unit. I thought that was smart. It was not. They don't care about your emotions about stuff. They don't get it. They don't care. I didn't like that. No, I was very grateful for her help. I couldn't have done it on my own. And I needed someone to be like, no, you can get rid of this. It's fine, you can get rid of this. Decluttering would have been a completely different process if I did it completely by myself. So maybe consider getting some help. But these minimalists don't care about your feelings. But I love it, I want it, I need it. All right. Wise Word CK says, the date that I will disclose my last date of employment to employer, I'm trying to consume my earned time off so it's not blocked after I disclose I have a date. Okay. If you have your date like this, I think you've made the decisions, right? Like the date you'll disclose is something that if you really wanted to right now, you could count out and figure out. Or maybe you should. Maybe that will get you to consume some more of your time off or more at a pace that gets you out of there when you want to. Pick a date. You have date that you're going to, yeah, I think you have your last date. The date I will disclose my last date of employment. I think that when we say I have a date with the ending in your last date of employment, if there's a date missing, I see 2 different dates you need. The date to disclose and the date of last employment. You have one of those, I think. Pick the other one. Turn your love boat in the direction of where you're going. I don't know what to do as far as residual money. I have a Google IT certificate, but no experience. What do you want to do as far as money? What have you been doing? What are you good at doing? What do you like to do? Making money is a hard one because I can't tell you how to make money, because I might tell you something, you'd be like, I hate it. I could tell you to like, go get on a cruise ship, go make some money on a cruise ship. And you could be like, ew. Number 1, I get seasick. Number 2, gross. All those people. Right, so I can't, no one can tell you. No one should tell you. You should be sitting down and thinking about how you like to make money. And how you like to make money, and then figure out a way to monetize the skills you have, which sounds easy. It's not. I say it like it's easy. It's not, but it's doable, right? It's doable. All right. Let's see. And Walker ASOTG, maybe. So many decisions which to do first. I did make the decision to spend winter somewhere hot away from the US. All right, it's action time. You've made the decision. What are the actions you're going to take that support that? So have you picked your where? Maybe it's time. I don't know. I can't say if these flight prices are going down, right? How long are we going to be in another oil war? How long, Mr. President, are we going to be in another oil war that's making these prices? And Spirit Airline going out of business. Okay. I got to say something. I should probably save this for Hot Topics with Latrice next week, but I'm going to say it now. I saw people in the demise of Spirit Airlines getting super bougie. I would never fly Spirit Airlines, so this doesn't impact me. I would, Spirit, who cares? I want to know why. That's a thought. You gotta get off on the internet. When people are losing their jobs, we know Spirit employs a lot of Black people. We know, if you've ever been to a Spirit airline counter, you know they have a lot of Black people. If you've ever been on a plane, they had a lot of Black people. We know Spirit Airlines employs a lot of Black people. We know a lot of Black people travel on Spirit Airlines. Getting on the internet and being like, I would never, is a choice we don't have to make. That, like, some thoughts can be inside thoughts when people are losing their jobs. When people are stranded in places and don't have the funds to get home. Because I heard about them getting run back that money. I heard Spirit Airlines was like, good luck, God bless. Saying, well, I would have never, is we can make better choices with our thoughts and be a little more caring. People are stuck in places with no way to get home, and the way flight prices are set up right now, The way flight prices are set up right now, you're probably paying 10 times what you paid or more what you paid for that ticket to get back home. And it impacts prices industry-wide. It impacts employment industry-wide. Someone, United? One of them airlines was setting up a special hiring fair for Spirit Airlines employees. I don't know if it was just flight attendants. I think that's what I saw though. And I'm like, that's great. But did you actually need more employees? Are you actually going to employ a good number of them? Or are you just doing this so that you can look like a good guy right now? And we know that when Black women get pushed, when a group of people get pushed out, right? When a group of people get pushed out, the Black women are usually pushed out first. Spirit, everyone went out of business, so every employee's. But who's the last to be hired back into the market? If we're all pushed out as a bundle, who's going to be the last one to be brought back in? We know how this works. We've seen this before. So even if other airlines are hiring, there are going to be a lot of Black people impacted by this. And I want us to be better humans. I think it's possible. We can do this collectively. I would never fly Spirit. Inside thoughts. Inside thoughts. Now, I've only flown Spirit Airlines once, and it was right at the beginning of the pandemic. Like, I was in Aruba when people were doing their very first, we have to buy all the toilet paper on the shelf. Middle of March, 2020. Middle of March, I was in Aruba. Flew down, everything was fine. Flew back. The flight back from the Spirit Airlines flight back from Aruba. A man, so we know there's a disease that is going around and people are dying. It's like the flu and people are dying. This man had a liquor bottle that he was passing around to everyone who wanted to drink from it. Take it to the head. Shared the liquor bottle with a stranger to the head. And I was like, well, that's number one, you're not supposed to drink your own liquor on a plane. Don't try to drink your own liquor on a plane, y'all. It's against the law. Anyhow, you're not supposed to drink your own liquor on a plane. We're all taking it to the, not we, them, taking it to the head. To be clear, because people are like, Spirit Airlines, and it gets very anti-Black when we talk about Spirit. This was a white man. The woman next to him, I don't think they were together. Maybe the row in front of him. They were I could see them sitting from where I was sitting, so they were very close. Got up and started pacing up and down the aisle, no shoes on, and then peed in the aisle. Walking. She was walking and peeing. That's how drunk she was. So that when I say we need to be careful how we talk about things that, like, I would never fly Spirit Airlines. I have flown Spirit Airlines, and I was like, this is the level of chaos I don't need on a flight, but I'm not too good for it. I was like, oh, what are we doing? Is she peeing on herself as she walks through the flight? You know what? Okay. Barefoot. Mm-hmm. So this is not me saying that, like, I love Spirit Airlines and I want to end on time with them. But this isn't about Spirit Airlines. This is about pricing in the industry and how having a cheap ticket option helped a little bit keep prices lower in the places it operated. Because why are you going to pay $300 for a flight over here when you can pay $50 over here, right? When this $50 is gone, this is going up to $400 because there's more demand and less supply. Well, less supply, more demand for this. Chaos. No, I flew them another time to Richmond. I flew them from Virginia. I flew Spirit twice. Sorry about that. The trip to Richmond. It was fine. Nobody peed. It was at Aruba flight. It was at Aruba flight. That man was passing up. I'm like, we know there's an infectious disease going around. We don't know how people are catching it. And you're sharing a bot. Oh, wow. Couldn't be me. That, I say, couldn't be me. I am not sharing liquor with strangers on a plane. Ain't no cups involved. Woo. All right. Jalen, the dancing therapist, says, I need to decide to fund my Wise account. I was taking forever deciding between Revolut and Wise and finally decided on Wise for now. Okay. This goes back to somebody's question before. I think Monique's about raising her prices. It don't matter, girl. Do it. If you don't like it, switch it. Right? A lot of times we're stuck because the difference between A and B isn't different enough for there to be a big and easy. It's not an easy answer, right? Because A and B look a lot alike, or there are benefits over here and drawbacks over here. I committed at two places, two decisions. If you can't decide between two things, just do one. It don't matter. Just do one. Just if it's like, oh, they're so close, I can't, then it don't really matter, does it? It does. There's no wrong answer because there's no right answer. Or do both. Put some money in Revolut, put some money in Wise. After a while, you'll figure it out. I had some money in Fidelity, some money in Charles Schwab, and I figured out Fidelity is the better choice for me. I still have money in Charles Schwab, just not as much as I have in Fidelity. That interest rate is better. I'll look again in probably a year, and if it changes and the interest rate is better in Schwab, I'll put some more money over there and put less money in Fidelity. I say this as someone who doesn't like making decisions. I say this as it's a tomorrow problem, girly. It's only as hard as you make it. I'll be making it hard. But we're not talking about me today. We're talking about you. And Spirit Airlines and slightly janky hotels. Okay. Monique says, I need to post new prices for my coaching services. This live stream is probably going to go on for another hour. So Monique, by the time this live stream is over, I'd like to hear that you post some new prices. Because what else were you doing? Let this play on your phone and go on your computer and do it. Or post an announcement the new prices are coming and the date new prices are coming. Take an action that locks you in to this decision. Oh, Jalen says I recently raised my prices and just got 2 new clients. Therapists, come to the front. Another hot topic. How many unlicensed people are running around calling themselves psychology experts? Because that Cheyenne Bryant girl is wild. She's wild. Is that what? Wild. saying she ain't got no license, so she doesn't have, so she can raise her rates and isn't governed by any license, by any like rules and regulations. Imagine going to someone who claims to be a therapist and says they don't want to be governed by any rules and regulations. But my last therapist, I enjoyed. And then one day she hit me up and she was like, hey, I am going to start practicing. I'm going to start a coaching business, not a therapy business. So your sessions will be coaching sessions now and not therapy sessions, because I don't want to deal with this licensing stuff anymore. And the price is the same. I saw that email and never scheduled another appointment with her. I was like, no, girl. No, girl. No, girl. I think that there are a lot of ways that America makes it hard for Black people to succeed. Right? Like there are a lot of licensing bodies. When I went to go get from a bar exam, you have to get licensed in a lot of states as a lawyer. You have to there we go. To be licensed, when I went to take you have to do a character and fitness interview, which is sitting down in front of someone who says, so they review, do you have a criminal record, blah, blah, blah. You have to submit some stuff. Have you filed a bankruptcy? Are you in debt? Those kind of things. And then you sit down with someone and they're like, I've talked to her. She's a real person. And I don't think she's trying to become a lawyer to scam. I sat down for my character and fitness interview, and this man gave me shit for, this white man, gave me shit for smiling in the interview. He was like, why are you smiling? There's nothing here to laugh about. And I was like, I'm not laughing, I'm smiling. And you're trying to give me shit for smiling while I'm speaking to another human. Because you are a white man with power over whether I join this community. Whether I get a license or not is in your hands. And you're going to apparently try to bully me with this power. He also looked at my work history, because you have to provide that. And he was like, you're clearly lying here. And I was like, tell me, show me what I'm lying about. He was like, you're obviously lying right here. He said, it said you were an undergrad and you were working 2 jobs. Oh, you ain't never met a broke person before. I was like, oh no, baby. You've never talked to someone who was an undergrad and worked multiple jobs? Really? Really? Maybe you're not fit to hold these interviews. He was like, you're clearly lying right here. All that to say, it's harder as a Black person to jump through all the hoops you have to. I want the person who is giving me mental health advice to jump through hoops. I want you to have jumped through hoops. And if you have jumped through hoops, I want you to remain hooped. I want you to remain hooped. Telling me it's no longer therapy, it's now life coaching. Same price. See you next week. I believe in coaching. I believe in life coaching. I think it is important for some people at certain times. I believe in therapy. I don't think they're the same thing. They don't have the same name. They're not the same thing. They're specifically called different things because they require different things. And I said, you're clearly lying. And I was like, show me what, like, please, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because I don't know where we could have this. I don't know where we could have this misunderstanding. Of course I had 2 jobs in undergrad because I like to eat. I like to eat daily. And I got to pay for classes and these books. Y'all lucky I'm not on the phone. I was like, let me see where we are. Jackie says, I can't decide how much household goods I want to bring to Lisbon or if I should just buy new. Have you asked anybody in Lisbon what's easy to get, what's easy to ship, and what is going to be the same, like what prices? Like, this is research. Jackie, the decision you need to do is research. If you've already done this research, just make the decision. If you haven't done the research, do the research. If you haven't done, because there's actual factual information that will help you make the decision. If you haven't done the research, right? Like in Mexico, a lot of the furniture is hard. But I wasn't shipping that furniture. So it took me a long time, months, to find a couch. It was also during COVID, so you couldn't shop furniture for a while. But it took me a while, a couple of weeks, I would say, of actual shopping to find a couch and a bed that were not uncomfortable for me. I am a princess. No peas, please. Get it out of here. I don't care any mattresses you put it under. I need to feel good. Were they expensive? Yes. Some things, like sheets, it's hard to find really, really, really high quality sheets that aren't a gazillion dollars in Mexico. Sheets are something that I put in my suitcase. The sheet says something I put in my suitcase and brought down, right? Because it's not like shipping furniture. It's, right? I think you figure out what you need to do piece by piece. And you do that by being in community of people in Lisbon and asking them questions. Monique supports Black women who are members of the former Feds community with coaching and peer support services. I was so close. I was so close to what she did. All right. Okay, Slumber Goddess wants to know about creating a scouting trip versus just a vacation, how I can turn a vacation into a scouting trip. Have you watched any content about scouting trips? Right? So I think that the how-to, I'm not the best scouting trip person because I like it here. It feels good. I want to stay, right? But there are actual things you can do to make it less vacation-y and more scouty, like go look at properties. Find a realtor or whoever it is that shows properties, rental units, or call people and say, hey, can I see, you have this for rent, can I see it? Right? You can go inside the grocery stores and see what the food's like and what the prices are like. Think about how you live your life and what you do day to day, not on vacation, not vacation Slumber Goddess, but day to day living Slumber Goddess. Come in and say, okay, this is what I want to do. This is how I live my life. How do I figure out how to do that? If you want help, you can join Exodus ASAP to help you with guidance on that. The link is in the description and it's here, exodusasap.com. But truly think about what you do and what you need to do. Think about what you need to pay for. Do you have children who need to go to school? You can, in advance of a scouting trip, you can do a lot of the scouting work, right? Get in groups of people who are living in that area and see what they say about schools. Ask questions. Once you have your questions asked, see if you can visit the school while you're on vacation. If it's you love to work at you want to work in co-working spaces, go visit a few co-working spaces and see what they're like. However you spend the majority of your time, see what you can do to get a better idea of what it would be like doing that there, right? I don't think you like, people are like, oh, stay in an Airbnb, not a hotel. I don't think that matters so much, because when the Airbnb you stay in it is unlikely to be the place you live when you're there. And so, yes, maybe you know the neighborhood better, maybe not. But properties vary within neighborhoods, right? So you need to see a variety of places and see if you're finding places within the price points you want. And just one Airbnb isn't going to help you with that, right? It can give you especially because Airbnb is typically decorated in kind of like a lot of times are decorated for Westerners, because that's who uses Airbnb a lot. And so if you are in an Airbnb, you may not be getting the same kind of feel as you would get in a local apartment. So just do the things you want to do when you're there. Just do them quickly. Oh, organizing and selling stuff, it's an ongoing job, yes. But you've made the decision to do it and you're doing it. Yes. All right. Let's see. Kira says, I get nervous putting myself out there is the main problem. Nervous will keep you broke, girl. If your goal is to do your thing, your business and your art so you can make some money, nervous is going to keep your pockets dry. I don't like dry pockets. I'll do it scared. I don't want to do it, right? Like, we talked about this. I don't want to do. No thank you with the doing. I also don't like dry pockets. And so, nervous isn't something that benefits you. So move away, right? The only way to not be nervous about it is to do it. Just do it. And then do it again, and then do it again, and do it 6 more times. And you'll stop being nervous. Otherwise, you're just going to be nervous doing stuff. I'm procrastinating some pitches because perfectionism is trying to dance battle with me. Okay, I pitched to some people recently. Jalen, I'm with you. I pitched to some people. The pitches were good, and they didn't reply. And I'm nervous to write back. I'm procrastinating to write back because I'm nervous, just like I said to her. I need to do it. I need just to send that reminder email. But it feels like rejection. And I, as someone who does not respond to pitches all the time, I hate being on the other side of this. But I have to, because otherwise I don't get what I want. I like getting what I want. Have y'all noticed? Have y'all heard? Have y'all told y'all friends? I like getting what I want. And so I want to do what it takes to get what I want. So I'm with you, Jalen. Let's see. Booking a ticket usually kicks me into high gear. Yes, but why are tickets so expensive? Oh, y'all, hey, I almost forgot. Sidebar. I wasn't ready for this. So let me sidebar. We plan to go to Ghana this year as Exodus Summit, and we're not going. Ticket prices, global instability, whole war is the part of the reason. But we do have a community that is going to, not our community, the Girls Going Global community is going to Ghana, 100 Black girls, and we've raised $15,205 for them as a community. The Exodus Summit goal was 10,000. So when I saw that we got to 15, I was like, this community right here means everything to me, right? We've never tried to crowdfund with you guys before, especially for an outside organization. We still collect money for Exodus Summit tickets to give to other people in the community, but for something outside we've never done. And I'm really, really excited that you guys decided to give to that. Now, we hit our goal. Girls Going Global has not hit their goal. So I'm going to drop the link here. So that if you have never heard of this before, but you're like, sending 100 Black girls, 14 to 17 to Ghana? I got some money on that. I'm dropping the link so that you can donate to that very, very good cause. I'm excited for them. I'm really, really excited. Okay. Jalen says those Black girls are going to have a life-changing trip. Absolutely. A life-changing experience. For many of them, it's their very first time leaving the country. And they're going to the motherland. Yay. I'm very excited for that. So like I said, we've hit our goal. But if you haven't donated yet, I like that idea. Hit that link. Because Girls Going Global has not. They're a little short of their goal. And they're still fundraising. All right. Let's see. Where am I in the comments? I'm way back. Monique is looking for flights that used to be 15 to 16 hours and are now 24 hours because some places have cut their routes. So like in Europe, what I'm hearing is a problem is that they think they're going to run out of jet fuel. Is that still a thing? They think they're going to run out of jet fuel, so they're cutting lines and stuff, cutting flight routes. And then I think the train prices have gone up too, or the trains are packed because of the flight prices going up. That crazy man in the White House. Have we ever seen this many attempts? In modern, since we've had our first president, I'm not talking about duels when they were, back in the day, like, boom, 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 you slept with my 6 wives, so I'm going to shoot you, whatever. And all my daughters, whatever they were doing. You try to steal my favorite slave. Like, that's not what we're talking about. Actual assassination attempts on sitting U.S. presidents. Have we ever seen this many failed attempts? I am once again asking, why is there no spirit of excellence at work anymore? Are we just not getting paid enough? Where is the above and beyond on the job? They're never gonna let me back in America again. Oh. Why is everyone so, it's because it's not real. That's why. That's why everyone is so bad at their job, because it's just an act. We are just pretending. I'm trying to get caught up in your comments. I'm way behind y'all. What? Where are the people with pride in their work? 2026 Exodus Summit is October 10th through 12th, or I just made that up, 9th through 12th. Let's say 9th through 12th. If that's a Friday through a Monday, that's right. If that's not, I think it's 9th through 12th. Stephanie, yes, 9th through 12th. Oh, look at me knowing that. Why is it not on my calendar? It's the 9th through 12th. But it's not on my calendar, which is strange, because apparently someone deleted it. Oh no, the Exodus Summit calendar is leaving my calendar. I was about to be like, somebody deleted Exodus Summit, so it's not happening. But no, it's October 12th. Stephanie had our very first, we did some planning stuff last fall after the summit, we did some planning stuff when we were on our cruise together. And then we did our first actual planning for the year. We did that Tuesday that just passed. We did our very first, okay, let's talk about what we have in mind session on Tuesday. So excited. It's coming. Let's see. Let me get caught back up. Okay, so we need accountability, but licensing bodies are big brother, anti-BIPOC. Yes. That doesn't mean I want someone to call themselves a surgeon and start cutting into my chest. I want a licensed doctor who knows how to. I don't want to hear someone say, I didn't feel like following the board of ethics, and so I gave my license up, but I'm gonna keep doing the same thing. I don't want to hear that, especially when they didn't have a license to begin with. I've never actually tried to say your name before. Kludrasha? I know that's wrong. 2259. Tell me in the comments if you're still here. Our Black Utopia has that info handy about what to bring and what not to bring. I'm sure they have something on their channel. I don't know what if they have other kind of guides about that on their website, but you can look for that. Jackie Rosier. The sofas in Mexico. Just rocks. Just put a plank of wood on some, I don't know, milk crates. And that's what a sofa feels like a lot of the time. Lamps. You can get, if you're near an IKEA, you can get lamps pretty easily at IKEA. But other than that, bless it. Crazy expensive and not great. All right, let's see. Oh, Yolanda, who moved to Zaragoza, Spain, and is hosting a meetup for Mother's Day somewhere. I think in France. Are you going to Nice? I don't know. She's going somewhere. I don't know. I can't keep up. let us know where your meetup for Mother's Day is happening. Nervousness and fear is something you'll have to carry with you as you do it anyways. Absolutely. Is it okay to get the realtor when scouting? Are they receptive to that before you're ready to make a decision? I know people think it's best to get the realtor when you're actually looking at the moment. So it depends on where you're looking and what you're seeing, like what country you're in, or maybe even what city you're in. In Mexico City, the realtors here are only going to show you places they have listed. They're not going to show you someone else's place. I got one realtor to show me 2 other places, but I know she called ahead to those places and was like, I will bring my client if you give me a cut of what you're getting. Any place that said no to her, she ain't showing me. She only showed me places she had listed. I saw maybe 30 places. That realtor showed me 1 other place and sent me links to 2 others that I'd already seen on my own, because I saw, if the realtor is sending me places and there are places that I've already seen in person, I know I've seen everything on the market. I've seen it all. Every time she sends me a new place, I'm like, yep, I've seen it in person. But if you're in a place where they'll only show you like what they have listed, I don't think it's a problem to contact them. They want to show it to as many people as possible. And you may not be wasting their time. Maybe you see something and you're like, I'm gonna move my date and get here a little sooner so I can let me rent this now and get down here next month. You never know. You never know where life is gonna take you. I don't think it's too early to say like, hey, we'll see some places, or just call them and be like, hey, can I see this listing? It's not a waste of their time if you're actually planning on renting a place in the city. Because when you actually want to come back, the good realtors who made you feel good about when you were in the scouting time are the ones you're going to call again and be like, what do you have listed? Rainy says, I'm trying to decide what to do with my piano my grandmother brought me. My mom wants it out of her garage, and I'll be working on getting rid of my storage. That is the question. That is a decision you need to make, and that's a hard one, right? Anyone in your family want to take it? Do you have emotional connections to? I know your grandmother brought it to you. Are you so emotionally connected to it that you couldn't imagine consigning it or something? Because we're not going to let the things we own now stop us from being who we want to be in the future. This video is about having a different life by December. That doesn't happen if you don't make some hard decisions. But I don't have the answer for you. Consignment? Someone else in the family? What? Why is there? What? We used to have pride, craftsmanship, pride, skills. America used to be a country of skilled workers. And we have let that just fizzle away. Butterby says, I think there were 2 or 3 attempts on 4. So if it's 2, we're tied. Are we at 2 or 3 now with the man in the White House? I don't know. But we're at least tied before. It's probably tied because if it was more, I'm sure we would have heard. No president has had as many. And I haven't heard him say that yet, not that he hasn't. I haven't paid attention to it. We did. All right. Now, y'all wanted to fire all the Black people, even in the military, and only have white people there who are unqualified, like the actual head of the military. And now look. Can't nobody do their job no more. Benita, I have no idea what you're talking about. Am I coming to the meetup? Which meetup are we talking about? I have no idea. Because there's no meetup in Puebla today that I know of. So a little bit more context, and I'll let you know. Our Black Utopia has advice on cheap shipping to Portugal. They live there. I didn't know that because I've never looked at shipping things to Portugal. All right. For decluttering, S.A. Nikki's advice is ask family to come and take what they want. Less of the stress of deciding what to do with them. Yes. Maybe a formal agreement with the cultural center or community center can keep your piano on loan, part of an exhibit or something. I thought about that, but then I was like, I don't know if the piano was old, But yeah, it's probably wanted somewhere in your community. Okay. Definitely emotionally connected. I don't have anywhere else to put it. It needs to be repaired, so not in saleable condition. Is there a way that you can honor the emotional connection without continuing to own that thing, own the piano? Right? Is it like Kludrasha recommended, loaning it to a place, knowing they may not care for it the way you did, right? But if you have nowhere to put it, there's a decision that needs to be made, and it sucks. I know. Mm. Oh, the Juneteenth meetup. Benita was asking about the Juneteenth meetup in Lisbon. We were going to go there before Ghana, but now that we're not going to Ghana, we're not going to meet up either. I don't have any plans to leave Mexico this year. I have things in South Florida. I have things in Plantation. I need to get to me in Mexico City. If you are a person who flies through that area and is flying to Mexico City, let me know. At any time in this year, if you're doing that, please let me know. I have stuff I need to get to me, and it's frustrating me because I don't want to go to the US. But I want my things. I need my things. First of all, I don't even like that my people live in a place called Plantation. But there is a place in Florida called Plantation, and my people live there. So my official address, my US address right now is in Plantation, Florida. I have things in Plantation, Florida I want. And I haven't figured out, there's really no easy way to ship them to me that would be cheaper than a plane ticket of me just going up and coming up, getting them and coming back down. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to be in the US. Oh yes, girl, that's an actual place. It's Florida. Plantation, Florida is an actual. The Floridians are like, yep. But Broward County peeps are like, we know it's an actual place. Plantation, Florida. She used to work in, say Nikki used to work in Plantation. Yes. Every time I write Plantation, Florida on something, I'm like, yeah. Okay. South Florida. Plantation, Florida. Yes. Anyone's flying through, let me know, please. keys. So the alchemy in my inner life must start showing in my finances soon. I'm doing my best and trusting. Opportunity cost is getting to me a bit though. I know too much about investing to not be in it. So what would it take for you to invest today? If it sounds like you're not investing at all. So Dasha from the Broke Black Girl was on Instagram the other day. Oh, sorry, I'm moving my mic, so I probably made some noise. And she, this is coming up so slow. Let me tell you, she had a really good post there, and I want us to talk about it as far as money. She spoke at Exodus Summit last year on the making money moves thing, but I'm going to drop this in here. Drop the link, because if you're not following Dasha already, you should. Okay. I'll make more. Okay, hold on. Boop, boop, boop. And come on, computer, you can do this. I'm paper trading constantly. Yet made real money to invest with. Oh my God, hustling against everything. Okay. If you're stressing about paper trading, oh, wait. Adelia's Get Started Investing Challenge starting soon. I think Monday. Thanks for the reminder, Kat. So I'm going to drop this here for anyone who wants to start investing. Not trading. Oh, it starts in 6 days. So not this Monday, but next Monday. After Mother's Day. Or no, about 6 days would not be. 6 days would be Saturday. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to try to do date math while we're here. So if anyone wants to, Adelia is a great investing coach for anyone who wants to start investing. I would say to create keys specifically. If you feel like you don't have enough money to trade, could you instead invest in the stock market, in like index funds? I disgust myself by saying this. But war actually makes the market go boom, right? Like, it's looking good right now. Now, last month, it was down. This month, we're up. The reason I was talking about Dasha is because her point was about how you have to lock in on what makes sense for you financially and not let up. Make a decision, right? If you're investing, like, figure out what you need to do financially and do that one thing. Do that one thing. Figure out what you need to do, right? Whether that is investing in index funds, whether it is starting to trade, whether it is putting money into a savings account so you'll have more money. Like, I know those all start with some money, but some money could be $50, right? Some money could be putting $10 aside every week. But you don't get to actually the making money part, especially with what you're talking about, making money in the market. You don't get to make money in the market without money to start. So I would say check out this post from Dasha, which is it was so good to me. I'm gonna read you some of it. There's going to be so much financial advice you see and consume online, but let me tell you the best piece of advice I ever followed. You cannot give a damn about what other people are doing with their money. I'm not saying that in a nothing matters type of way. I'm saying it because a lot of y'all are distracted. You're watching people save, invest, spend, travel, shop, and upgrade, and now you feel like you're behind when really you just stepped out of your own lane. This is what I mean. Oh, wait, wrong. I can't move ahead. Here we go. This is what I mean. You have to lock in on what makes sense for you financially, not let up. Your income, your bills, your kids, your lifestyle, your peace. Not somebody on TikTok saving $5,000 a month while living at home with their parents. Not your friend booking trips every other weekend on a credit card. Not the girl maxing out her Roth IRA while her rent is $900 and yours is $2,100. Nothing they are doing is wrong. It's just not your lane. If your savings is growing $20 at a time, that counts. If you can only invest $100 a month, that counts. If right now your focus is catching up on bills and getting a little breathing room, that counts too. If you have to say no to a trip, skip a concert, pause getting your hair done every 2 weeks, or stopping trying every new restaurant just to get your money together, that is not you falling behind, but you getting aligned to your decision and locking in. Some of y'all are stressed about money, not because you're doing bad, but because you're watching too many people do something different. You don't need a new strategy every week. You need to focus on consistency with the one that actually fits your life. Stay in your lane, build your money the way you can sustain. But don't let up just because it doesn't look like what somebody else is doing. Make a decision that's right for you and stick to it. Okay. The market loves wars and layoffs. Unfortunately, money is made off of misery. Yes. Absolutely. And I think that goes back to say what you were saying before, Create Keys, about where is it? Well, you said cost of living eats everything, and that is the truth. Cost of living, like, I don't know. It feels like the pedophile powers that be are turning the wheel and cranking it and cranking the wheel to get more people into poverty. They're squeezing every last, they're like, like you flip the hourglass and the sand goes down. Somehow they're cranking the wheel so the sand goes up to the top. They're just turning the dial. They're turning the dial so that all the money goes to the top, and the people on the bottom are getting poorer and poorer, and the number of poor are getting larger and larger. And I want to know when there's a stop to that, right? If AI means everybody's going to lose their jobs, who is going to buy the products and services that AI is creating? What is the point of having AI customer service if you ain't got no customers to serve? What are we doing? COVID happened. We realized work from home was a lot better for people, moms. Some, not all y'all. Some of y'all are like, get that kid back to school and get me away from them, right? But work from home worked really well, especially for Black women who no longer had some supervisor micromanaging them, right? from right here. Now the supervisor's micromanaging them from over here. They're not seeing them all day. They're just seeing them in meetings and things. It was really good for some people. And then they were like, but it's not great for real estate, so back to the office. And now back to the office. I saw someone post a $6, I think, per gallon gas price, maybe California yesterday. How much per gallon? How much? Like, you know, I don't need to work from the office to get work done, but you need me in the office so that we can pay this rent to our friend over here, our landlord friend, our partner in capitalism. We got to pay rent to our partner in capitalism. So you have to come into the office, because otherwise, what would we be paying rent for? And now coming to the office is costing you like $50, $60, $100 a week. You know, everything's more expensive. Stupid. Stupid. What happened? Like, I'm no economist. But there's got to be a point where they turn the dial too far, right? There's got to be a point where they're like, oh, wait, don't nobody got no money. So they're not buying anything in these stores that we're selling. Or is the plan just to take all the money now and not worry about tomorrow? It's very confusing to me. Very, very confusing. Because what are we? When is the poverty? When is the intentional created lack, the created poverty, the created healthcare crisis, gas crisis, all of these things? When do we reach a point where it's like, oops, we play too much, right? We got to turn that back a bit, because I don't. The doctor says depression cycle they do this historically. I don't know. I don't know. But in the past, could we point to people, maybe like 100 people, maybe a handful of people, and be like, you guys are the ones who have put all of us in poverty, right? I feel like before there were actions, right? But it wasn't like this person is intentionally making people poorer. Maybe, and I just missed it. All right, maybe that is a piece of history I don't have the context for. But I feel like this, because we have our information, we're in the information age and it's bigger, we have more access to information than before. It's so obvious to be like, here's 10 people, here's another 10 people, here's another 10 people, and you can see the actions they take that are making people poor. Like Amazon putting small businesses out of business by stealing all their stuff, by doing whatever they can to take their design and underprice them, right? By not paying their workers, by letting workers die in their warehouses. All like you can point to specific people. And I know before, like there were the Fords and whatever, but was it this bad? Was it this obvious? Was it this obvious that there are a class of people who are intentionally trying to bankrupt other people? It felt like in the past, like they were like, oh, oops. But now you can be like, no, I see your hand on the button. I see your hand. I see your hand on the dial. We can all see your hand. We don't get to vote. We don't get to eat. Make a decision that's going to make you happier, right? Make the decision that's going to make you happy because nobody else cares about your happiness. It's the same way they're treating the earth. They don't care about these data centers and what it's doing to the water supply. People are going to stick in those regions. Yes, we need more elephants. We need more orcas. We need more big animals saying, I know what they're doing. I smell it. Them animals can smell evil. I firmly believe they can smell the evil, and they're like, we gonna get them up out of here. We gonna get them up out of here. Orcas of the world, unite. Unite. Get it together. I don't. When will the guillotines be in the street? They don't care because they're going to colonize space. Do it. Go to space. Get out of here. But like, don't ruin the planet. I know the plan is to ruin the planet before they colonize space. But like, just go now. I know they've seen then people go around the moon. And so now the group included, it was a DEI cast, clearly. One black man and a woman, clearly, if they can do it. If the black man can fly the little rockety thing to the moon, clearly Elon Musk can do that too. Go. I beg thee. Go. You don't have to destroy the planet first. Go to Mars. Find a Martian. Y'all love having sex with people y'all shouldn't be having sex with. Go find a Martian. And go find a hole and do something nasty to them. Let's see what happens. Come back. Come back and if you can. Come back and tell us what happens. Y'all love having non-consensual sex. Go colonize a Martian asshole. Please. And then see what happens. I'm tired. I decide every day to try to live by what I believe is right? Like, that's why I don't have my stuff in Florida, because I don't want to go to Florida. I don't want to step foot on U.S. soil until that man is no longer president. And I know the one coming after him isn't going to be any better. I know that. But this man in particular It's why I'm always like, where do people who are good at their job? So I can go to Florida and get my stuff. I have art waiting for me. I need my art. Where is that double bacon cheeseburger? The right one. I don't ask for much. Oh yeah, I saw they are trying to stop adults with disabilities from living with their family to put them into homes. What is the concern there except creating more capital for a capitalist? What is the health and safety, lifestyle, health? What is the concern with this except mandating that the money spent on adults with disabilities doesn't go into the community? It goes into, it's extracted from the community. It is extracted. What's the point? Besides extraction, what is the point? Besides extraction at the cost of someone's body, because you know those homes that put them in. If there's no choice, if you're an adult with disability, you have to live in a home. You know those homes will start being super shitty, because no longer an option of like, oh, that's a low quality. I would rather have my relative at home with me than in a low quality home. If the option isn't they can be at home with you, then all of those homes are going to start being shitty. Besides extracting capital at the cost, at a human cost, what is the point? I don't see the point. Who knows what the point is? Anyone of y'all know what the good logical reason is for that? The earth was happy when we stayed at home. And now we gotta be back in the office and doing things and sending celebrities on shuttle launches. I'm tired. Press the like button. Lady Sarita wants you to do it. Let's see. Where are we in the comments? Oh yeah, they took the vice president out of the room before the president during the recent hoax. Did you see? Wait. Did you see that guy sitting there eating his food the entire time? People beside him are like ducked down, and I guess he didn't get the memo. He was eating his salad. It looked like watching like, ooh, we play. That man was like, we play and pretend. This is kind of tasty. Let me watch the play. He said, let me watch this play. Just living in a burning house at this point and sitting saying everything is fine while in my head I'm screaming I'm in danger. Yes. So Jay, what are you going to do to get out of danger? What is the burning house and how do you get out of the burning house? If that's how you feel. There's a decision to be made. Jay, I want you to tell me at some point this week, I want you to tell me what is the burning house and how are you going to get out of the burning house? What's the decision you're making? Oh, man was sitting there like, y'all play pretend all you want, but I'm not getting out this chair. You could see the people next to him duck down. And he was like, y'all not gonna catch me playing along. Tasty, delicious. Tasty, delicious. Dinner theater. Ever was a woman taking a wine bottle? Okay, so here's the thing. I hate that you can't tell now whether things are real photos or real photos or AI photos. Because I saw in my brain, I was thinking I saw a photo of Stephen A. Smith. Not him, but close. Very, very close. Not Stephen A. Smith, but Stephen Miller. Sometimes the way Stephen Smith be acting, I can't tell the difference. Who is who and what is what? I don't know. Stephen A. Smith, until you do right by Black women. Anyhow, so there's a photo of Stephen Miller running with a guy behind him, protecting him from behind, and his wife in front of him. And he looks very much like he's using her as a physical shield. And I'm like, I can't tell if this is fake or not. I can't tell if is this fake or real? Is this an AI photo or is it a pregnant wife? Or was that man using his pregnant wife as a shield? Which even, we are so not serious. We are so very serious. Over his video. Okay, so Jalen says there's video of it too. It's real, there's video. But you know they'd be faking AI videos. But I do believe that man would hide behind his wife. Now she's a terrible person as well, so I don't care. If it really was a shooter, I wouldn't care. I'm not a person who's like, I wouldn't wish the worst on anyone. Wishing, dreaming, praying, hoping. Hiding behind your pregnant wife and expecting us to think that you guys are like the great model of being an American. Not only are men, but you are white men. And like, fake crying girl Erica Kirk said, there's no reason you should be proud to be white men, especially you white men. You should be proud to be white men. Y'all think this is what we want? This is what we want? Men hiding behind their pregnant wives? This is the specimen. This is what we should all aspire to. White men are the top. White men are the best America has to offer. You're using your pregnant wife as a shield? In the play, you're playing pretend. This is a made-up thing. And Stephen Miller is high up enough in the White House to know this pretend thing is coming. And in this pretend, this play, where everyone had their part to play, he probably is the one who decided it was happening. Even in pretend land, you couldn't protect your mother and your unborn child? Your wife and your unborn child? The finest specimens, the whitest of white men, better than everybody else, was like, if there's a bullet coming my way, she got to take it. Even in pretend land, you said fuck her. What? I can't. I'm tired. Even in pretend land, y'all are telling us women's lives aren't important. Your own, and you know how they're like, you know, men are like, I don't know the woman over there, so I don't care about them, but this is my woman and I care about her. He said, baby, if they're shooting at my head, your head is big enough. You take the blow, right? I said, we see how Erica been acting as a widow. We don't want no more of that. You got to go, not me. You got to go. In pretend land, even in pretend land, you said, fuck the ladies. Okay. Stephen A. Miller Smith. Anyhow, are we making decisions this week? Anyone? What are the decisions? All of you. I want you to find one thing you've been thinking about and you've been weighing, and tell me what decision you're going to make in the comments. It can be later on today, but do it today. If you're watching this live, whenever you're watching this, leave that in the comments. What is the decision you need to make and that you're going to make, you're committing to make this week? Because we're making decisions, because decisions lead to action, right? Even if a decision is just pointing your boat in a specific direction. Every decision points your boat in a direction, right? Every decision you make points the boat in a different direction. Maybe flips it over. Boop, boop. Every decision points your boat in a direction. Every action is coal in the engine. Maybe a little row if we're back in the kayak. Every decision points your boat. Every action puts coal in the engine. So this week, all you have to do is decide. Pick something you've been hemming and hawing about. Hemming and hawing. Put it in the comments to this video. Tell us what you're going to decide on. And then go do it. On that note, we didn't rant too much. We got off track a bit, but we stayed somewhere close to home. Community, we're going to go live in about 15 minutes. I'll send you the link. About 15 minutes. Lady Distributor says, hit that like button. What y'all doing? Quit playing. Make sure you're subscribed. You've turned on notifications so you know when things are coming. Oh yeah, my video is fuzzy. I just looked at something else. You don't love me today. That's okay. Next week, I'll be back home. Next week is Mother's Day, but I will have Faith Hunter from Spiritually Fly, who led one of the happy hours at Exodus Summit this year. And she is going to be here. I'm going to be talking about her move outside of the U.S. All right. The lashes are still on. They lasted 2 hours. And I think that's someone at my door. Let's see. Before we go, let's see what's happening. Hold on. Oh, no, they're all. So I. No. So they hope. I don't know if you heard me, but that was a cleaning lady, and she's a cat from the house. Gracias. So she's here. Also, what's really weird about this hotel room is I hate the closet behind me. This is the desk area. There's absolutely nowhere to plug in anything at the desk area. So if you are using something and your thingy dies, it just dies. She's got a whole thing of towels, a whole tray of. So they're not out. I don't know what happened last night. Maybe they need to do laundry. The laundry service was out. Anyway, the There's nowhere to plug in. And then the bathroom is right behind me. So if you're having a meeting and there's someone else in the room who needs to go to the bathroom or use the shower, there are glass doors. So this glass here, and then right where you can see her, on the other side of that, there's more glass. So if this was clear and you could see clearly, you would see people in the bathroom. If you saw someone showering, if I was on a call, you could see someone in the shower. Things we didn't think all the way through. Nowhere to plug in at the desk. You could see directly to the toilet and the shower. Anyway, not a complaint because I won't be showering and being online at the same time. Doesn't matter to me. But I think, look, we all, everybody. You said, Kiara said, you manifested your towels. No, we all did as community. We got me towels. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, friends. Until next time, I will see you.